Guys, this is what Cyrene's doing to Honkai Star Rail as a whole. She's shaking things up, and she's going to make sure that Honkai Star Rail stays on top, or really kind of revitalize Honkai Star Rail, or at least I think that, obviously from the drip marketing here, obviously from the video here, we're talking about Cyrene. And why are we talking about her? Because first of all, she looks like ELYSIA from Honkai Impact the Third. Secondly, I think she will save Honkai Star Rail. Thirdly, we need to talk about what I think she might do, because I think she will be a game changer in the meta, and she might just be that next must-pull unit. I know we say that a lot of the times, but she really does feel like that, whereas Cyrene doesn't really feel like that, Evernight doesn't really feel like that, and even Don Hung doesn't really feel like a must-pull unit. They are good, but must-pull is what Cyrene feels like. So we're going to be going over all that in today's video, guys, so stick around, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's go ahead and talk about Cyrene from Honkai Star Rail. If you're wondering where I was shaking my drink, Happy Juice, Gamer Subs GG, not sponsored, really like the flavor, tastes like apple juice, but please sponsor me, Gamer Subs, would love that. Anyways, gamers, going over Cyrene's just like overall design here. Now, keep in mind, guys, I haven't played the story at all since 3.0 launched. I played that, and then that's it. I haven't played it since then, so don't know any lore about her, but as we see from this little image right here, guys, looks like there's other, like, maybe little Elsies around her, and then also Mim. So this automatically leads me to believe that she's going to be some type of supportive character. Now, one thing I don't really like with this character is the fact that she is ice. Now, the reason why I don't like this all too much, guys, because if we take a look at the Remembrance class right now, we have Trailblazer that's ice, we have Evernight that's ice, and now we're going to have Cyrene, which is also ice. So literally, I think over half of our, literally half of the characters we have for Remembrance are all going to be ice characters. And considering how Evernight works, we'll have a future video on her coming out in the near future, going over everything you need to know about her. But with how she works, I don't necessarily like the triple ice type. I really do think with how Evernight works, if you're going to throw Cyrene on the team with her, which I think she's going to work pretty well with Evernight, you really do want diversity. So, I mean, maybe you get that in Castris, maybe you get that in Aglia, but, I mean, like, sub-DPS Hyacin, maybe, but, I really don't want this hyping. We haven't got a fire type here yet, so would have really liked to see a fire type. Hell, or even an imaginary type here as well. I think either of those could have been good. But anyways, guys, that's me done yapping about what Cyrene looks like. I kind of want to talk about now what Cyrene is going to do, because we already kind of know what Evernight's going to do. We know that Evernight's probably going to be a sub DPS or main DPS, and we already know the buff she gives out is not going to be anything like Trailblazer gives out, right? So we can kind of eliminate what she's going to do off the equation here, because she's giving crit rate, crit damage buff to Mimo Sprites, kind of working how Sunday would work, but not in the Remembrance class role, right? Now, hopping into what Trailblazer does. Now, the reason why I think she's going to be much more akin or much more aligned with Trailblazer is because of the fact that the same thing happened. Literally, 3.0, guys, has been a copy and paste of version 2.0. And what do you mean by this, YouTube, right? What I mean by this, guys, is if we take a look, let's just go to the Harmony class real quick, so I can show you what I mean, right? Is in the Harmony class, guys, in version 2.0, I guess 2.2, maybe not complete copy and paste, but 2.2, we got the Harmony Trailblazer. What did? They added super break damage to the game. Now, if we go to the Inhility class real quick and take a look at what we've gotten there, 2.7, we got Fugue. What did Fugue do? Fugue actually enhanced every super break damage, so it enhanced upon what the free-to-play character in the game Trailblazer already did. So there you go. I think that we are probably going to see the same thing happen here. I think what Cyrene is going to do, guys, is probably going to take whatever, you know, Trailblazer is going to do here, which is giving true damage and giving other buffs to your allies, crit rate, crit damage to your allies, and then doing that, but even more so. So what buff does she have to do? Obviously, there's no doubt about this. 100% is going to have to provide true damage in some way, shape, or form to the whole team. I think that, like, obviously this is single target. The reason why I think it's full team is because this is single target oriented on giving true damage to one ally in her team. I think that she has to give true damage to the whole team to enhance upon what Remembrance Trailblazer is able to do. Okay, so we already have that out of the equation, right? Number two, what else does she have to do? Now, one thing we haven't gotten much love for is actually energy, right? So I think she's going to have to play with energy in some way, shape, or form as well, or allowing you to activate, like, ult, because we haven't seen that, right, with the whole class. And the reason why I say we need that is because realistically, guys, we haven't got, like, that second really good best-in-slot buffer for someone like Aglia, right? Not to say that she works the best in slot with Aglia, but I do think that she does need to provide some type of support for Aglia. Also, the reason I say this as well is because of how Evernight plays, right? If you have Evernight in your account, I think that she's going to buff up Evernight tremendously, but I also think that she needs to be able to do something with energy, considering there's 350 energy for her, 240 energy for her, and then we all know Casters doesn't run off of energy, but so she either needs to give energy or activate ult in some way, shape, or form. And what I think she's going to do to break the game, guys, is I think that when she uses her ult or something, right, I think what's going to happen is she is going to automatically activate the ult of every single character on your team, meaning it like regardless of energy or not, it activates ults. So this will completely alleviate any issue that Aglia had, and I think they could definitely sell that as part of a solution for Aglia, because right now with Aglia you need Hua on the team, you also need Sunday on the team as well, and then that third flex spot who works there, who's the best in slot there. Here you go. There is your answer right there. On top of that, Evernight as well, 240 energy. That's pretty massive energy cost for another like DPS character. So where do you get the energy from? There's no energy really gotten from her kit. So she needs to activate ult immediately or give a lot of energy back in some way, shape, or form. Also to work well with Casterus, which, come on guys, we haven't got like a best in slot support for Casterus yet, unless you consider Tribby best in slot support. But still, outside of that, we need something for Casterus as well. Like, sure, Sunday can work, but what's the problem with Sunday? He gives energy, she can't take use of that. So she needs to just be able to activate ults versus giving energy back for ults. So I think that this is probably going to happen. If you also look at just any of the other like characters we have here in this class, right, activating ults, it's not something that, sure, you need to time it up, right? But Evernight, for example, very much so, just like, hey, you go into this secondary state and you're good to go, right? Like you're giving a buff up. Someone like Aglia, right? You basically go into like a secondary state where her minimal sprite gets a lot of speed and you get a lot of buffs and stuff like that. So you need her ult up like that. Casterus is very burst heavy, like you activate ult and the dragon comes out to the field and stuff like that. So there's that. And Hyacinth as well. You activate ult and it basically adds charge, right? So a lot of these things here, guys, you activate her ult and she kind of works the same way as everyone else here, right? So that's why I think activating ults for the team, guys, is going to be absolutely amazing. Number 3, guys, she has to be a sub DPS in some way, shape, or form. Like, that's how the game's going now. Just because she offers true damage and activate ult for the whole team, whatever buff she ends up doing, she does have to be a sub DPS, because that's what we've seen every other thing do, right? Number 4, guys, how do you really encapsulate all this and cap it off, right? First of all, if we go with my head cannon here, she's doing true damage, then she's also going to be doing activating ult for the whole team, then she's doing sub DPS. What does she need to do? Probably defense ignore. And the reason I say defense ignore specifically is because true damage already pretty strong, right? We already have someone like Tribby in the game. What does Tribby provide? She provides vulnerability, and she provides res pin. We think about someone like Cypher, right? What does she provide? A vulnerability on the enemy. What have we not got much of? Defense ignore. So I think giving defense ignore here is going to be massive. Now, how do I think this is going to scale? She's a memo sprite character, right? If we take any inkling of what Evernight's able to do, which is scaling off of how many remembrance characters you have on the team, or B, scale off the amount of allies you have on the team. Because if we take a look at something like Arcadia Woven Dreams, right? When the number of ally targets on the field is not equal to 4 for every one additional / missing ally target, increase the damage dealt by the wearer and their memo sprite by 9 to 12%, stacking up to 4 to 3 times, right? So there's already a precedent set in the game right now for scaling off of memo sprites and characters. So why not just have something scale off the amount of memo sprites? And that makes it more pay to win for the game, so it seems more logical to think that they're going to do something like that, because it incentivizes you to pull for these characters, right? Or pull for, you know, Evernight, and then pull for Cyrene as well. So that's what I think that she is going to do, and that's why I think she's going to break the game, because literally this can help out everyone. This helps out everyone. This helps out everyone. Potentially, depending on how it scales, right, obviously. And then sub DPS helps out everyone. So I think that she is going to be a universal DPS, like the universal DPS that Saridra was not. But now what I want to talk to you guys about is why I think that she is going to save Honkai Star Rail. Guys, this is the ass end of version 3.0. Now, the reason why I think it could save Honkai Star Rail is because if they release a really good character that sets you up for the future, unlike Fugue, because we have not got Super Break, we haven't got a single Super Break character yet in version 3.0 at all. So it makes Fugue practically useless in this whole version patch, right? I don't think they're going to do that to her. I think this is the revival of someone like Ruan Mei. Judging from what I speculate her kit's going to do, I think that she is going to be good for a time to come. That means you can hop into the game in version 3.7, pull this character like Ruan Mei when she came out in version 1.7, and then Ruan Mei is still good to this day now. Like, genuinely, still good. She's going to be that character as well. So you start bringing people back into the game, and what do? Release version 4.0, the next patch after. Yeah, 4.0 is right around the corner, guys. And when they release 4.0, if it is the same slop they have been releasing, it will flop. 100%. We're also, I think, getting a new in-game game mode with this patch as well. So that will also save the game, giving players more things to do. And you're going to be ramping players up to go into 4.0 with all of these additional things you're getting, like Cyrene, like the new in-game game mode. But what else are you getting with this, right? Guys, this release of this drip marketing was on a Tuesday night. There was a live stream on a Friday night. Now, I could be coping here. You let me know in the comment section down below. Please, God, let there be a 4-star. Guys, we need a 4-star remembrance DPS in the game stat. We need more remembrance sprites in the game. It's lacking right now. If you take a look at any other thing in the game right now, we have lists upon, well, maybe not that right there, right? Maybe not that right there, right? But list upon list upon list upon list upon list. You get the point, right? The big thing here, guys, is this class right here already doesn't play off of, you know, the normal norms of everything. We have a healer in this class. We have a DPS in this class. We have a sub DPS in this class. We have a support in this class. Like, we have everything in this class. If you look at any other class in the game, it's not really like that. Like, these are pretty much supports / sub DPSs. These are pretty much all just DPSs, right? If we take a look at what the hunt, right? Pretty much all DPSs or sub DPSs in some way, shape, or form. This is the only class that's truly like a melting pot. So with that being said, guys, that's why I think it's going to save Honkai Star Rail. If they execute this patch correctly and they execute 4.0 correctly, HSR is going back on top, guys. It genuinely will probably beat out Genshin Impact for a long time coming. I know Genshin Impact's big. There are so many more open world games coming out, like I think Silver Palace that has no gotcha in it. Like we have Arcanine Infiltrates coming out. What? Tell me right now, guys. Genuinely, I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. What turn-based game right now do we have that's really competing with Honkai Star Rail? I think there are turn-based games out there that are better than Honkai Star Rail right now because, you know, the dev team's been treating Honkai Star Rail like shit, and you see creators quitting and people quitting and revenue going down. Hoyo's revenue overall is going down, so they have to do something, right? Tell me, guys, what's really competing, or what upcoming game is competing with a turn-based game right now? I really don't know, like, genuinely, guys, looking at it. So, if they do something big, this could be huge for them. I think there's a lot of competition with Genshin Impact. I don't really see much of that right now for Honkai Star Rail being a turn-based game. Honestly, let's be real here, guys. Turn-based games are just so much more mobile-friendly anyways because you don't have to do so much more movement and mechanical things. So I think it's already going to be kind of better for mobile players regardless. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. That's why I think it's going to save version 3. That's why I think it's going to save Honkai Star Rail. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Was I spot on with my speculations on Cyrene? Or do you think she did something different? Let me know in the comment section down below, guys. Subscribe. See you later. Bye-bye.